What's up, Twist Out Cancer Tribe? I am so excited to be included in tonight's Brushes with Cancer Gala. And I guess I'm best known as the cancer survivor who won the reality television show called Survivor. I'm also known as a friend and a longtime supporter of Twist Out Cancer. Well, for the next 6 minutes, I'm not going to be so much fun. I hate cancer, and you should hate it too. Let me tell you why. Cancer doesn't care who you are, how much money you make, what reality shows you've been on, or if you've suffered before. When I was 14 years old, cancer came into my home and it took my father away from me. So growing up, my only connection to cancer was through my dad. So to me, cancer equaled death. So you can imagine how terrified I was when I was first diagnosed at the age of 35. And this is how that all went down. I was an ex-pro soccer player training for the New York City Marathon. I was on top of the world. I was a happy, healthy young guy. But I was tormented by itchy skin, sleepless nights, and a bunch of confused doctors. And after months of wondering what was going on inside my body, I was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer called CD20 positive Hodgkin's lymphoma. Trust me, I had never heard of it either. I had to endure multiple rounds of chemotherapy, 22 blasts of radiation, and my first stem cell transplant. And there were times going through treatment where I felt like my whole body had turned against me. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, my hair was falling out, felt miserable, I had no energy. But my expert team of doctors got the disease under control, or so we thought. The cancer returned just 20 months later. And getting the news that the cancer returned was deflating, exponentially more difficult than the first time around. And as a patient, it's really hard to articulate what it feels like to be seriously ill. It pays to have a positive outlook, but when your entire team of doctors try multiple ways of healing you that don't work, you panic. You freak out. I craved survival. But lucky for me, at that exact moment of time, just when I needed it the most, a new smart targeted therapy emerged on the market and was available for a select group of people in my exact situation. This drug got my cancer into remission, and I was able to go on to get my second stem cell transplant, this time using my brother Lee as the donor. So I've officially changed my name, everyone. My name is now Lethan, and I'm no longer my mom's favorite son, which is like the worst part about this whole cancer thing. But I'm lucky to be in remission for 7 years, but that was literally the most horrible experience in my life, and I live in fear that I may relapse again. Like, what then? Of course, good news deserves a celebration, but it's important to remember the patient after remission, because there's dump trucks full of uncertainty and invisible scars that need healing. And navigating this nightmare as a young adult forced me to hit the pause button on my life when all my other friends were just starting their life. And I've tried to convince myself that I'm past this psychological hangover. But all it takes is a newsletter, a hospital bill, a friend's GoFundMe page to wake it up. Cancer is scary. Surviving cancer and getting back on your feet is even more scary. And this is the critical piece of the puzzle I'm really trying to communicate to everyone. Cancer patients are desperate. We are literally waiting every second of every minute of every day for a glimmer of hope, a life-saving breakthrough, or relief from the emotional burden that cancer just drops on you. And there are times that I wanted to give up. But to understand that there are organizations like Twist Out Cancer and their programs like Brushes with Cancer that are on our side has given me and thousands of people just like me the confidence to fight like hell and stay alive for as long as we can. Nothing creates comfort and confidence more than knowing you're not alone when facing a life challenge. And that's why Twist Out Cancer is so amazing. And what's going on with the health of the world right now is just totally bonkers. We're all adapting to this new and unknown set of circumstances where we're forced to adapt to these new parameters, and no one really knows how long this pandemic will actually last. And this feeling of uncertainty is driving us all mad and may be causing other feelings to bubble up, like feelings like sadness, heaviness, fear, anxiety. That's what it's like every single day for a cancer fighter and cancer survivor. Think about that. And now that I've survived, I live by the motto, never let a crisis go to waste, because it's an opportunity to do some really important things. So just like Jenna and all those amazing artists and cancer crushers, I've decided to turn my personal cancer crisis into an opportunity and make my battle public, share my story, and become a voice for the cancer community. And I truly hope that the details of my life may have the ability to help someone else out there. Because statistics, they numb us to what the real problems are. But they're not just faceless numbers. They're your friends, your family, your coworkers. They are our favorite artists, dancers, and musicians. And since I've shared my story, 21 people have reached out to me and said, my friend, my coworker, they had that same crazy itch and they went to the doctors and they got diagnosed with lymphoma. So playing some role in getting other people diagnosed early or helping them manage their cancer care has made it worthwhile for me to share my story. And you know what? It helped me to help others. It's that easy. Focusing on the plight of another human being literally helps you heal. At its core, Brushes with Cancer is about community. It's about helping the cancer community that we know locally, or the cancer community we'll never know all over the US, Canada, Israel, and around the world. So even with all our differences out there, old or young, man or woman, sesame or poppy, we all have one thing in common. We're all survivors on this earth for a very short time. And it's not about how or when we leave this world. It's about what we do to make the most of each day and each crisis while we're here. And I use the word we because I'm talking about the entire cancer community. We are all bonded in this fight. And for over 10 years, Twist Out Cancer has been the backbone for young adult cancer survivors, and every person here tonight is helping to build a dream for this community. And that's why I feel now, more than ever, it's critical to continue raising funds, raising awareness, and most importantly, to help continue Twist Out Cancer and make sure that they are thriving. So as we all celebrate being alive tonight and every other night, I'd like you to think about something. There are only two things in life that we can be absolutely certain about. One, we're all going to have to die. And two, we're all going to have to live until we die. So how are you going to live? So thank you all so much for having me here tonight. I just want to encourage everyone to dig deep, donate big, and stay safe. Thank you, everyone.